Hey guys, my name is Taya and today I'm doing a serious video, a very serious video that I hope you enjoy. And disclaimer, this message, I am speaking to the camera, but this message is to white people who are racist. So you shouldn't be offended unless you are a racist white person. Why is Black History Month important? You know, I hear a lot of young people, especially nowadays, ask that question. Why do we need Black History Month? Why doesn't it need to be talked about, you know? Black people have the same rights as white people now, so why do we even need to have this month dedicated to Black people? Why, you might ask? Well, there's this thing called ignorance, which stems from the lack of knowledge that people have on different cultures and races, and specifically Black people. Lack of knowledge and intelligence is pretty significant. It's played a part in history for many years up until this very day. Just imagine if people were more educated on different cultures. Just think of how the world could be. Why is Black history important? Well, without that knowledge and without intelligence on Black people as a race, people tend to get ignorant and racist. Racism is a whole problem in itself. Black history is important because Black men still can't walk the streets without running a risk of being shot for various reasons. A, they look like a thug, not actually being a thug, but they just look like one. B, they're wearing dark clothing. Or C, they were simply just carrying a toy gun at a park. If you didn't know, yes, I am talking about certain people. Michael Brown, for instance, 18 years old, shot in cold murder by Darren Wilson. People ridiculed him and branded him as a thug when this boy had straight A's and was going off to college. Correct me if I'm wrong, but someone who's a thug wouldn't be going to college. People assume this about him because there's video footage of him stealing cigars. And yes, even if he was stealing cigars, does that make him a thug, or does that just make him a regular teenage boy who made a mistake? 17-year-old Trayvon Martin absolutely did nothing and was innocent. During a Sunday night, all he wanted to do was get a package of Skittles and a bottle of soda to watch the football game with his dad when he was gunned down by George Zimmerman for no apparent reason other than he was wearing a dark hoodie and was running. 12-year-old Tamar Rice, who was gunned down for simply playing with a toy gun at a park. The officer who shot him said he thought he was a grown man. Notice how the officer doesn't claim he thought he was dangerous because he was carrying a gun. He claimed he thought he was dangerous because he thought he was a grown man. Black History Month is important to me because though white people have taken advantage of us for as long as I could even describe, they still don't want to claim their basic privileges as white people. I mean, come on. Why wouldn't you want to claim that you have privileges? If I had privileges, I'd want to be able to claim it. I mean, if you consider being shot for no apparent reason as a privilege, then yes, I have privileges, white people. Black history is important to me because as a 16-year-old teenage Black female, I am stereotypically branded as uneducated, a teenage mother, and someone who has fake hair. I mean, what's next? Is there a certain food group that I like to eat? Lack of knowledge is a very dangerous thing because it puts us in the mind frame of people only can act and be a certain way. This has been displayed through many different ways, such as homophobia and sexism. Both very similar to racism, but isn't historically significant. Black history is important to me because there are still white people who don't understand that the word cracker and the word nigger does not mean the same thing because both are slurs, yes, but one has historical value, making it 10 times more worse. Black History Month is important to me because without knowledge, we don't know of things that go on within the Black community that they would never showcase on the news, because on the news, all they ever like to display us as is thugs, thieves, and rapists. You would never know about people like Carson Huey Yu, who was the youngest freshman at 11 years old to enroll at Texas Christian University. You would never know about people like Meibu Lauso. At the age of just 5 years old, she could speak 7 different languages, including English, Spanish, Mandarin, Russian, Arabic, Creole, and French. She could also play 6 instruments. And you would never know about Alana Beaver, who knew the whole entire alphabet at just 4 months and had an IQ of 145. 4 months old. Black History Month is important to me because white people still believe that valuables like gold, which was discovered in 1848, was discovered by a white man working nearby who happened to find gold by a river, which slaves used to cross to get away from their masters. Call me crazy, but any slave who regularly crossed the same exact rivers would have discovered gold before the white man who happened just to be randomly working next to a river. But you know, white people discovered everything, right? Black History Month is important to me because movies that take place in Africa time after time are played by white people. For example, the movie Exodus, Gods of Kings. I mean, come on, can't we just have one thing to ourselves? Really? Black History Month is important to me because names like Shanae and Monique are still branded as ghetto names by, you guessed it, white people, when in fact they are French names. I mean, I don't see how those are ghetto names when you guys have about 50 million different ways to spell the name Ashley and Sean when there's actually only one correct way to spell it. Black History Month is important to me because you automatically assume that I have one parent, which is a single mother, because my father left us, and basically a bunch of other siblings. Sorry to break it to you, but I have 2 parents, a mother and a father, who has been married for 22 years, and I only have 1 brother and 1 sister. I know, shocking, right? It's almost like I'm a normal person. Black history is important to me because stereotypically, Black people are branded as uneducated, when definitively it was your ancestors, yes, yours, who dragged us out of our home country, enslaved us, denied us our basic rights, wrote in the Constitution and the Jim Crow's laws that we cannot be equal as you, and even into the 21st century stereotype us to the point where it's emotionally and mentally traumatizing for us to get anything done. But yeah, we're uneducated because, I don't know, we're stupid or something. I fail to see how we are uneducated when it is you who judges a person based off of how much pigmentation they have in their skin. Black History Month is important to me because white people seem to want to always forget that slavery happened, which you have nothing to do with slavery. It was your ancestors, yes. But if I can't talk about slavery, then you can't talk about how your white ancestors enslaved us and also killed anyone and everything in their path for no reason other than they can. Black History Month is important to me because, again, your ancestors, which you have nothing to do with, enslaved us, and so I can't go to a library or look up online my family tree because your ancestors kind of destroyed that. So if I want to learn about my historical value and what happened in my past, I have to learn about it through school, which in school all they ever talk about is white men, so what's the point? We might as well just get rid of Black history, right? Black History Month is important to me because America is oftentimes said to be the land of the free. Yes, the land of the free if you're white, if you have blonde hair and blue eyes. Until I could confidently say that America is the land of the free, I still need Black History Month to educate people on why America is not the home of the free. And until people can understand why I don't respect America as a country because it's not the land of the free, I need Black History Month to educate people on why I feel this way. I need Black History Month because whenever you call someone racist, they defend themselves with saying, "I'm not racist, you fat nigger." So, yes, that is the end of my video. I mean, I hope, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of you watching are white, and if a lot of you aren't white, then hi. I don't really know if that made sense, but I'm guessing a majority of my viewers, like I have any, are white. And I hope this can educate you on why Black History Month is important, why it's important to educate your fellow white people, which I'm sure you're not racist if you're watching me. I mean, I hope so. Black History Month should remain a thing, and I feel like it's just fading out of the world, which Black History Month is something that is supposed to be ours, and of course it's getting taken away from us, just like everything always does. So if you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Please, if you have the time, just look up something about Black History Month or some Black world leaders, because, you know, there are more than Martin Luther King. And I hope you're having a good day, and again, I hope I helped you change your view on something you might have been confused about. And yeah, you can check out my social media. It's always down below. You can now Tumblr and Twitter and all that good stuff. And other than that, I will see you later, alligator.